Hey everyone, I've got this cargo glide slide out here. If the truck didn't have a canopy on it, I would not want this on here because this cargo glide here, what it's got is it's got this mat under that, but that's just plywood underneath there. So part of the problem is that water will get underneath and it'll rot that plywood out. So this is just like a plastic mat on top. I'll show you the bottom side here in a second, but the purpose of this video too is to fix it. So this thing's come loose here. Same thing on this side here. Oh, you got a whole bunch of like galvanic corrosion going on here. These things are just totally frozen in place. These are steel and this is aluminum. It's gotten some moisture in it and kind of created a battery, I guess you will. You can see it right around that seam there. Okay, here's what the underside looks like. And there's about how much hangover you get too. So there's the tailgate there as well. So this is how much hangover you get beyond the tailgate, which is nice. This thing comes in really handy, but you can see here's the plywood I'm talking about. So if it gets moist, it's subject. You see I got a little mold starting there. Got that there, but the reason that this thing is coming off like that is because of the design there. So it's just kind of like a U shape there. It's not a hole through there. So as soon as this comes loose from that, that's the problem we have. See, here's a look at it from this side. This is totally off. So that paints the picture of what's going on. So I need to remove these old rusty bolts there. And I'm gonna do it right up here too, on this one as well. I'm gonna move these two. That way it'll hold this thing in place a little bit better. But yeah, you can see it's gotten some moisture here. And this is with the canopy on. If there was no canopy, I think this thing would be toast by now. Okay, it's gonna take a 9/16 socket. Here's what I was afraid of. See, that's moving. So I think I'm gonna have to get a grinder or something, cut that off of there. I'm gonna use this handheld angle grinder. One of these Harbor Freight cutoff wheels. So for the price, you can't beat these things, and I use them for so many different things. Okay, this one here was a little bit harder to get to because the grinder, you can see, only goes so far. I couldn't get it in up there or this way. So I got it cut most of the way through. So I'm gonna try and just rip it off of there with the channel locks here. See what I can do. It's just barely hanging on. Yeah. Either push it up from the bottom or try to pry it out from the top here. Now I have a screw too to match up the diameter as well. All right, that takes care of these two. And right there, gotta take care of this one and that one next. Here's the replacement fasteners. I had these things laying around. So I'm gonna put two nuts on there, washer for each. The top is similar to these other ones here, but it's got the Phillips head on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can make these work. I'm gonna use this clamp here to suck the thing in while I screw it down. All right, here's the replacement fastener from underneath. Okay, looks like there is going to be enough room for a second one. I cranked it down real good and it sucked in, so I can get this other one on there to help hold it in place. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and crank this second nut down on there. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other three. All right, there we go. All fixed. New replacement there, there. Push it back into place. All right, we're all good to go, but last little tip here. So if you have one of these things and you feel like it's getting stuck, so it kind of did that to me when I first got this thing. What you got to do is you got to kind of push on it a little bit. See, if you just pull this, if you just pull that and expect the whole thing to slide back, it's not going to work. So you almost have to pull it and pull it like that and then push in on it push in on this piece at the same time to unlock it. Just hold this piece down. Come all the way out for you.